YouTube, I'd like you to meet Al, Andy, Mick, Chris and Andrew. Together, we all spent the last 2 months on an expedition in China. Our aim was to climb the world's highest mountain, Mount Everest. This is our Everest journey. Today is Sunday the 15th of May and we've had about a week at base camp now resting before we go up on our final rotation, and last night, or yesterday, Chris spent most of the day talking to the other teams and kind of comparing weather forecasts for the next week or so, and we think we've now got a weather window on the 20th, 21st, 22nd of May. So we are heading up tomorrow back to ABC. We're going to have a couple of days rest up there, and we are looking to try and summit on the 22nd of May at the moment, all going well. There is a forecast for some quite strong winds, and we're just waiting to see if they blow through or not. But the whole team is now really excited as we do finally have a plan, and hopefully now after 2 years of hard work and preparation, we're going to get a shot at the summit. Today we are all heading back up to ABC to begin our final rotation, our third rotation. We had another good weather forecast from Chris last night, so we're now looking at about a 4-day window from the kind of 21st to the 24th. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there's some low wind speeds in one of those days. That'll give us a nice kind of warm summit day. Today we have a bit of the slog back up to ABC, the kind of 7-8 hour walk. We do have a lovely day, which does always help, but it's still definitely my least favourite part of the trip. I'm nearly up at ABC now, and it's amazing how, even though I've probably got one of the best views in the world, and I have a beautiful sunset, I have absolutely no appreciation for where you are, and all I want is for this day to be over. So this morning we had our final brief from Chris, just going over a rough plan for the next few days as we try and push for the summit. He just wanted to go over a few things, kind of how we're going to use our oxygen when we get higher up, and a few safety things, just so we can try and look out for each other as we get over 8,000 metres. So I've just stopped to put my crampons on at Crampon Corner, as today we're on our way up to Camp 1 to start our summit bid. And if you look really closely up at the kind of the summit slopes, the last triangle up, you can see a few dots, and one of our Sherpa Purpose just walked past and saying that he's heard on the radio that the Chinese road fixers have gone up and managed to fix the lines, which is really good news for us. And some of the Chinese team, some of the members, have also summited today, which is also good news. So fingers crossed that in 2 or 3 days time we also have some really nice weather. Well, we have arrived at Camp 1 at the North Pole. It was definitely easier this time than last time. But as soon as we arrived, our tent, everything, all the snow had melted underneath. So Andy and I had spent about an hour filling it in. We've probably got the world's most uneven tent, but it's going to have to do. We don't yet have a weather forecast from Chris, but Perba has spoken to him and we do have good news, so we're going up to Camp 2 tomorrow, or good news. So just hopefully we have light winds, because otherwise it's going to be bitterly cold. So today is our first day using oxygen. Normally we wouldn't start until about 7,500 metres, but as our Camp 2 is quite low, we have a bottle to use straight from Camp 1. It's quite a strange feeling walking with a big mask on. Feels quite restricting, and you just kind of want to take it off most of the time. But it does have massive benefits, as increased oxygen in the blood can help reduce frostbite, increase recovery, and not least of all, help make us move faster. So we'll see how today goes, but I feel like a spaceman, or something like Darth Vader. So I arrived at Camp 2 a little earlier today. It was our first day using supplementary oxygen, and I felt really good. I think it made a massive difference. It's absolutely stunning up here. It's 4:30. It's absolutely beautiful. Camp 2 isn't really much, it's just a bunch of tents, which I don't want to village we can find it. I think Camp 3 is going to be very similar. still see a few people coming back down from the summit tent. That's a lot of successful summities today. This is good news for us, hopefully. 2 days time, we'll be able to join that list. Right now, just trying to enjoy being here. I highly doubt I'll be here again.
So because earlier today I didn't use a full bottle of oxygen, the whole point is to get some to rest. So now just get to sit back, drive, sit back, watch a movie. I've got mine on 4 litres a minute, which is the most you can. To be honest, that can't really difference at all. But it's meant to help us recover, and we just use the rest of the bottle today. And we're starting the first one tomorrow morning. So today we're on our way through Camp 3, which is the highest camp I think in the world. About 8,300 metres. I don't have an altitude watch on me, but Chris, our leader, said that we're just about 8,000 metres now, so start of the death zone. And today it really doesn't feel like it. It's incredibly warm. I don't even have any gloves on. There's almost no wind. It's an absolutely beautiful day to be going into Camp 3. Our main Sherpa, Purba, reckons it's only going to be about an hour from here, so till we get to camp. Which is great news, it's not even noon yet. So it'll give us a really long rest before we try and have a summit day.
We are now all in our tents up at Camp 3. I'm in a tent with Chris. He's currently sending text back to AP and Purba. He has very kindly boiled up some snow for us to drink and made my dinner. And we now just have a few hours rest. I'm going to try and get a little bit of sleep before setting off at 10 o'clock tonight, with the weather all being good, to try and get to the summit. It's a bit cramped with 3 in a tent. One of the advantages of being small is that I fit lengthways or sideways. Don't think Chris has the same luxury. Now that I think we've all eaten and got some fluid, we are going to try and rotate the tent around so we can sleep, I think. I don't know how that's going to be possible. It feels very surreal. We have lovely weather, not much wind. Doesn't feel like we're 8,300 metres up in the sky. And one amazing thing is we still get mobile signal up here. So I have been able to send a text home to my family to let them know that I'm still alive. So today is Sunday the 22nd of May 2016, and it has been the hardest day of my life. We set off last night at slightly different times. Chris and I set off at about 10 o'clock to try for the summit. We had a pretty miserable night, bit of snow, bit of wind. It was quite cold, and it was easily the scariest night of my life. You look down to your right, and there's just this constant 10,000 foot drop, and then you walk along this ridge, and you can't even see what's on the left. The only good thing about this day is that at 5 AM I did summit the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest, along with Chris and Michael Allen and our head shepherd Purpa. Purpa was an absolute lifesaver, as just as we started to get up onto the summit slopes, all the oxygen in my bottle disappeared. So I was suddenly climbing for about an hour and a half with no oxygen at 8,500 meters, and I got very cold. It wasn't until Purba very, very kindly gave me his bottle that I was then able to get to the summit, as I honestly don't think I'd have been able to get there otherwise. It's now coming up to about 10 AM. I'm just sat in front of Camp 3, all the tents in front of me there, and I'm not sure what the plan is, but I think mine is drink, sleep, eat, and hopefully try and get down to Camp 2 to 7-6. And spending the night up here without oxygen is going to be really shit. So I'm currently sat at Camp 1 on our way back down. Last night I stopped at Camp 2, so it was absolutely wasted. And today it's just even more difficult to do anything. Massively dehydrated, not eating any food in about 2 days. Never felt so weak in my life. On the way down we have to pick up stuff from all the camps that we left, so I left a couple of jackets and some food here. We just had to carry it all down. So I now have a massive rucksack. Fuck. And considering I can barely move, I don't think it's going to be awfully fun walking back down the North Col. Never been so tired in my life, ever. Well, today is going to be one of our last days of this year's expedition, and I cannot tell you how glad I am to be going home soon. Today we've had the really long, shitty walk back from ABC. We have had a nice day, but my feet are really sore. I think from descending back from kind of up from the summit, I've really hurt the ends of my feet. So it's been quite painful. We have transport booked out of here or requested out, sorry, in I think 3 days. I'm waiting on the Yaks to be down with some of our stuff from ABC, and fingers crossed that we get the transport, as I honestly cannot describe how happy I am to be going home. One of the things that's been easily the worst on this trip is the food. I'm sure the guys do try their best, the two cooks we have, but half of it is unbearable. It's just inedible. Half of it is inedible. They add this kind of curry powder or chili powder or something added into it, and then the other half is, well, hit or miss, either undercooked, raw. The food has easily been the hardest thing on this trip. I really do miss good food from home. I have enjoyed being here the trip. The people have been great. It was a success for myself. I managed to get to the summit and back with all fingers and toes still intact. But it's been a long 2 months. I cannot wait to get back on that plane. Well, we've been back at base camp for 2 days now, and we've just been waiting on the Yaks to come down and for our transport out here to be confirmed. And Chris found out today that we will be leaving tomorrow, which is really good news, and we'll be getting to Lhasa in a day. So Andy Smith and I now have a flight booked out of Lhasa back to Chengdu and then back home, which I'm really excited about. But the only downside is that to get to Lhasa in a day, it does mean that we have to leave at 3 AM. So it's currently mid-afternoon. The yaks still haven't arrived. We're waiting on them with all our kit from up at ABC, so we can't even pack. So I think it's going to be a bit of a hectic night getting everything sorted. So I am really happy to be getting out of here, but the fact that it has to be at 3 AM is a bit annoying. Well, after a whole day, of driving yesterday, managed to get from base camp to Lhasa in a day. Left at 5 AM, got here about 10 o'clock at night, so it was a really long day. We're back in the really posh, nice hotel that we stayed in originally. I'm just currently waiting for Andy Smith and his bags. As we're about to head off to the airport to catch our first flight. So Andrew and I are now on our flight back to Heathrow. One of the great little perks I do have is my dad is a pilot, which does mean that every now and then I do manage to get an upgrade. So today I've been really lucky. I managed to get a seat back home in business in club, which is absolutely fantastic. So it just means the next 10 hours are going to be far more enjoyable than if they were in economy. I'm now going to head off and get some sleep. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions again, please do just stick them in the box below.